Yesterday, British farmers took over London once again, and boy, did they cause quite a storm. They will not back down. Let's just look one more time at what this tractor at the front had to say about Starmer. Look at that. Willy Wanker, that's Keir Starmer. Absolutely fantastic. So they caused quite a scene yesterday, didn't they? And this is, what, the third big protest in London now. And Keir Starmer, if you think you're going to win this war against the farmers, you are wrong, because they will not stop. And if you don't U-turn on your policy and exempt working farmers from this inheritance tax change, you are going to be out of number 10 quicker than you can blink. Or if you do hang on till 2029, you're going to have a pretty dire general election result. You won't just lose, but you will lose badly, because people up and down the country, farmers and non-farmers, are absolutely furious about this. It's not just the farmers that are upset anymore. You've got swathes of the general public going out to protest with them. Clarkson's farm has raised a heck of a lot of awareness amongst the general population who are non-farmers about the horrific struggles that the farming community is going through, how difficult it is for them to turn a profit, how insanely expensive it is. Tractors costing, often like £500,000. It is crazy what people have to go through in order to feed us. They work 7 days a week, 52 weeks of the year. They rarely ever get a day off. It's a pretty hard life. They feed us, yet Keir Starmer is punishing. Keir Starmer and Rachel Reeves, they are punishing these farmers, and they will not stop until Keir Starmer makes an exemption for them. Keir Starmer and Rachel Reeves, that is. So let's have a look at some of the photos from that protest yesterday. So here you see what a sight that is. Tractors just completely gridlocking Whitehall. Not something you often see in London. And this, I thought this was absolutely brilliant. Rachel's think tank is a Portaloo. How brilliant is that? And you know what? Absolutely accurate, because she keeps on banging on again and again, saying, oh, my advisors have told me that only a few farms will be affected. And that's definitely true, because my advisors said it. Complete load of rubbish. Don't know what planet those guys are living on. Farmers, they are asset rich but cash poor. They do not have the cash to pay these huge inheritance tax bills. Okay? I do not want to see farmers up and down this country taking their own lives because they think they're not going to be able to pass down their family farms. They just cannot find the cash. I know some people say, oh, will you pay it off slowly? You don't all pay it in one go, but still, for a farm to find, say 20, 30, 40, 50 grand a year when they're making like nothing is extremely difficult for a lot of these people, and just impossible. And this photo, this made me laugh. Daddy's Little Helper. There was, I don't know if you saw a clip on GB News where Emily Carver was doing some interviews at the farmers' protest, and she was interviewing her dad who was holding a little baby, and the little baby started grabbing Emily's microphone and trying to eat it. So that was quite funny. Also, the Reform Party had a presence at the protest. They were trying to make it clear that they are on side with the farmers, and Nigel Farage did a speech, and he made a promise if he is to be elected in 2029. Let's take a listen to this.
So I promise that I will go on with my colleagues backing your campaigns here and around the country. I also promise that if we have anything to do with it after the next general election, and you never know, the polls are looking quite good at the moment. If we have anything to do with it after the next election, if this has been done to your community, I promise you we will reverse it. And I make that as a promise to you. So look, let's keep fighting. Let's keep the pressure up here and right around the country. And by the way, you've all been behaving impeccably. I know some think more radical action is planned for, but remember, we're not French. All right? They might set fire to things. That might be their culture. It's not our culture. And I would urge all of you, despite how much you've got on the line, despite how distressing this is, and I know in Clacton itself, I've met farming families in tears because they so desperately want to hand this on to the next generations. But please, keep doing it the way you're doing it, voluble but peaceful, within the law. And I tell you what, if we do that, we'll get the whole country on side. I wish you all the very best of luck. I promise you, I am right behind you. To London we go!
So there we go, that was Nigel Farage speaking. A couple of things to pick up on there. So first of all, he made a very clear promise that if he gets into power in 2029, that he will definitely reverse this horrendous tax on the farmers. And that's probably going to give them quite a bit of hope there, because now they'll have the hope that, well, you know, we just need to get to 2029. As long as for the farms that can see that whoever's in charge of the farm is hopefully not going to die before 2029, they will have some hope that they will be able to continue passing the farm on through generations, and they're not going to have to just call it quits as a family. So that will give people a little bit of hope. And second of all, he makes the point there about not being like the French and not setting things on fire, or as the French do, dumping manure on government buildings and whatnot. A lot of people have been talking about how far the farmers should go, because they've done quite a few really big protests, and it's definitely getting the attention of the public and of politicians in opposition parties, but still no changes from Labour. So the question is, what do they do next? Will it help them to go a bit more crazy, to start dumping manure on things and being a little bit more radical, or will that put people off them? Just like how Just Stop Oil and Extinction Rebellion, their tactics put people off the green pro-environment movement. So it's tricky ground. I mean, let me know in the comments below what you think they should do. Should they go even further, start going a bit crazier to get even more attention and to drive the government mad, or do you think that that will harm their campaign? Should they start going on strike and not sending food to the supermarkets, and people have to put up with empty shelves? That might really annoy some people, because a normal person who wants to just go and buy their food at the supermarket is going to say, hang on, this isn't my fault, this is Keir Starmer and Rachel Reeves' fault, and now suddenly I can't feed my family, this is not fair. And they might get angry with the farmers for that. So I don't know, tell me in the comments below what you think. But anyway, that's what happened yesterday at the farmers' protest. I'm sure they'll continue to be making a noise so long as Rachel Reeves and Keir Starmer haven't changed their minds yet about this policy. See you next time.